and then, of course, we'll be back for a staggering run of races all the way from 1 o'clock to about 6 o'clock on track. But it is qualifying heat A versus D for them. As you can see, they have swapped sides of the grid. Daniel Kelleher now electing to start on the even side of the grid, the outside line going in towards turn number 1. So we will see how that works for him. That will benefit Lev Krutulov. It won't benefit Christian Kostoya. Let's take you through that lineup. Daniel Kelleher and Jindra Peschel on row number 1. Kostoya and Krutulov, row 2, with Oliver Kinmark and Armin Kari-Osman on row number 3 for Forza Racing. Row number 4, we'll see Louis Cochet. Cochet's come away with some good results here with a P4 and a P2 for the Frenchman. What can he do from that 4th row? And have Jesse Phillips starting alongside. For Filippo Sala and Sky Parker, they go from row number 5. They'll have Jacob Mikulev and Joel Pokela on row number 6. Jacopo Martinez and Paul Andriotis go from row 7. Carl Lundhard and Peter Stiller round out row 8, with Leo Nelson and Jaguar de Troja rounding out the first half of the field on row number 9.
Let's count you through your second part of your grid. Row number 10 is Fastao Nardo alongside FM Durinov. Row number 11 is Gino Rocchio with Jason Bralick, and then from 12 we have Yuzuki Sato, your FIA Senior Academy champion for 2025. He's starting alongside Maria Neto, who's had a late season team change over to Paralin. Row number 13 is Emili Koivisto with Olingale. And then from row number 14, we have Sananji with Austin Gale. 15, Dean Pedersen with Stylianos Kolovos, who gained some great positions in racing yesterday. And shortly behind on 16, it's Sebastian Haydn with Lamberto Ferrari. 17, Alexander Dahlstrom with Mako Sevelev. And rounding out your 35-strong field on home soil for Sweden, Elias Hagen.
Well, for all of this, we will see some developments, because not only did we see the switch of sides, we're also seeing some deployment of tyres out there. The highest of those is Armin Kari-Osman. On the 3rd row of the grid, the German driver has elected to put a brand new set of tyres on the left-hand side. You can say the same as well for Emili Koivisto of Finland. The number 48 machine is starting P25, also a fresh set. And Austin Gale of Thailand, also fresh set of tyres on the left-hand side. Field makes its way to the tram lines. It's good at the front, bit shaky at the back. Let's see if we're going to get a lights out from race director Nigel Edwards. We are indeed racing down in towards turn number 1, 3 wide. And how lucky was Lev Krutulov there to not get sandwiched by Peschel and Kelleher. But drama in the background, carts going off the circuit, left, right and centre, and already there is one buried in the tyre wall on the exit of the chicane. And I think, unfortunately, it's Gino Rocchio on that ASD Monstercade factory team kart out of the race. And that is disaster for him, because he's had some spills yesterday as well. Did Gino Rocchio, as well as some good races, so hopefully can see him back out in the sharp end later on. Eyes on the front, though. Already a great getaway for Daniel Kelleher, but look at this. Sikorsky as out of the race. Disaster striking the 91 machine. Sananji, I should say, out of the race. Cochet to the inside as he tries to get through past Peschel. Does do that into the chicane as Kinmark now into 2nd place.
Krutulov now trying to find his way further back up in the order. I think that moment through turns 2 and 3 would have had his heart racing slightly. It was a sideways moment, but now he picks things back up, gets past Peschel now and defends on the entrance to turn number 7. That backs the pack into each other, which includes the likes of Joel Pukla, Jacob Mikulev, Jesse Phillips, Jacopo Martinez, Sky Parker and Carl Lutard. All of those names, I think, actually had DNFs yesterday. So you've got drivers in that mid-pack section which really need to try and pull something out of the hat as we head through these heats today. There you can see the Ukrainian driver for Energy, who was a junior last year. He's 6th in the world, senior this year. What can he achieve? Heads into turn number 1, leading the remainder of the field. It look like your drivers out in the front, Kelleher, Kinmark and Cochet are having an early breakaway as down the inside. That is a move on Peschel for P5. Pokela finds his way past, and the next driver, the driver who we've just been highlighting, Lev Krutulov. Krutulov, though, back on that racing line, and you would expect to see him pull away from those carts slightly behind. getting that rev out of the corner, but actually doesn't manage to do so because he's still got the Charles Leclerc kart right on his tail. That's Sky Parker getting pushed out onto the rumble strip. Who is behind Sky Parker? Well, it's Christian Kostoja, your European champion for 2025, who has had a bit of a torrid start to racing this weekend so far, as that was Jesse Phillips almost getting muscled out down the start-finish straight. Down the inside goes Kostoja, tries to pull it off on Sky Parker, but backs out. He was not close enough. Had a DNF in racing yesterday. Needs to try and pick himself back together. Had a P6 also, so don't count him out completely, but not what you would expect to see from the Paralympic in the early stages of this weekend.
I mean, you call Kostoja for having the DNF. He wasn't alone on that one, as that's an outrageous lunge down the inside for Olin Gali, and he tried to gain a huge chunk of positions there on that inside line. I got to say, he kept his nose in it. Got it done, but now look at the train that is formed up all the way behind it. Here comes through, you're seeing Nilsson, Neto, you've got Branich, Austin Gale is there. Remember, Austin Gale's on a brand new set of tyres on the left-hand side, so he'll be one of the fastest drivers in that pack here. You can see him pulling out of the slipstream now as they go in towards turn number 1, but not close enough this time around. The MP down the inside of the Energy. My goodness me, and that Energy is squeezed off the track. And that, it might have been the AD.
As the spin round goes 39, that's Peschel.
Yeah.
Peschel is out.
Oh, that's disaster for Jindra Peschel. A DNF yesterday in the second race results in a DNF today. He will not be able to get that restarted as they go out of the race. And yeah, that's right from the front of the grid. He's tumbling to the back. Terrible, terrible run of luck for Jindra Peschel after a great qualifying this weekend.
Absolutely, he looked like he could be in for a strong weekend, but of course with the rule, you cannot restart these karts now. There you can see him on your screen, absolutely devastated. You know, Jindra is going to know what that means. This is the moment then, I think we can see maybe on the camera, so do we collect this moment?
Yes,
looks
we
over
do.
his shoulder, so goes over
the engine's gone. The engine's gone.
Seized that. What a shame for Jindrich. You know, nothing he could have done, just a passenger in a complete mechanical failure for him.
Kostoja very lucky there to get out of the way, and yeah, that's on a really fast part of the circuit, as you can see how the other car's just coming in there, nearly colliding there, possibly there, Dean Pedersen, who nearly collected there, but that's a big, big shame as the field gets shuffled around once again. Kelleher still leads the way though, 0.6 of a second from Kinmark, Cochet from Pocolo, Miklev from Martinez. That is the battle we're watching now. It's the Martinez-Krutulov battle. Lev Krutulov looking for a move down the inside, and he's done it. The Energy Course driver from Ukraine steps up in his first season in the senior category, his first World Championship as a senior, and he's looking very, very strong here at the moment, now stepping up into 6th place as the top of the field now seemingly has just opened up a little bit now. Kostoja looking like he wants to close in. Back of the field hasn't quietened down at all as well. They are still line astern here from 18th place downwards. Armin Kari Osman still there, Miliko Visto, Olin Gali, Filippo Sala down in that fight, down 12th place in this one. Lamberto Ferrari up 10 places. He's trying to push through in this fight. Leo Nilsson, Jensen Brelek, Makar Savalev as well, all fighting at the back of the pack, where there's some big names there who would usually see at the sharp end. Eyes on this one though. Krutulov still leading Kostoja. There, Martinez now down another spot right now as we keep an eye on this field. Armin Kari Osman setting the fastest lap of the race. Fresh set of tyres, not worked out, down in P18. Wow,
this is a shame for Kara Osman because a DNF yesterday at P26 as well. So these points are not going to be adding on to Armin's favour. This is still, though, the battle between Christian Kostoja, Jacopo Martinez and Jesse Phillips. All three of those drivers had difficult results yesterday. Kostoja and Phillips, DNFs for them. Jacopo Martinez had penalties. So all three of those in a similar boat to Armin Kara Osman, needing some good points as we head into this weekend. Daniel Kelleher then, not mentioned him for a couple of laps. That gap between him and Kinmark has massively reduced now. because look at those two on your screen. It is closing up just under 0.3 of a second. It's now down the inside goes Jesse Phillips. He's just pulled the move up on Jacopo Martinez.
And these are all drivers who had those DNFs in their second races yesterday. Big Sen down the inside there as well from the number 68. And Big Sen's all the way throughout the field right now. So we'll keep a close eye on that movement. Eyes, though, on Sky Parker. That's a nice run. That's a 2 for 2 on Phillips. Down now 2 places there. Martinez going through as well, 8th and 9th place. Kelleher and Kinmark, though, 0.2 of a second. Kinmark, with that DNF yesterday, has got a fresher set of tyres than Daniel Kelleher, who completed both his races. Third, and a win is going to put him in the danger zone as down the inside. Your Poccola on the charge, gets through up into 3rd place and past Louis Cochet.
Yeah, Poccola looking good in this part of the weekend. Had a strong heat 2 yesterday as well. So trying to pick things up after that DNF. Was mechanical DNF yesterday, I think, in the earlier stages. Intermediate classifications, though, as the time stands. James Anagnostiadis on the ball, tied with points with Zach Drummond. 144 to both of those drivers, and then it's Daniel Kelleher shortly behind in 3rd with 141. Kelleher, there on your screens, out at the front, has opened up that gap once more to just under 0.4 now. Jumps over the crest of that hill, complete kart control there from the driver from Ireland for Kart Republic. It really holds strong onto the wheel, doesn't allow the rear end of the kart to twitch, to get unsettled. Then that allows a good setup into turn number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, where they're just heading into and exiting out of. Not too much more for Kelleher to try and achieve within this race, just wants to try and keep Kinmark behind him if he can, which for the time being he is absolutely doing. Chase is still on, though, and I think Kinmark is, can't cancel out credit where credit is due. He is looking strong. There we could see just the bright flash of Filippo Sala's helmet driving by. Sala has not had a good race at all. He has fallen down all the way to 21st. 12 places lost by Filippo, the driver who joined the Ferrari camp for 2025. The Ferrari young junior driver, but this weekend he's just not been able to race his way through at all.
No, and it's one of those struggles. I did catch up with him at the start. He is always got a smile on his face as Filippo Sala, but I can imagine the frustration trying to kick in now as here we go. It's all kicking off for Paul Andriotis around the Peter Stiller and Jesse Phillips battle. It was on the grass there trying to get through the places, so we'll keep a close eye on that one. Last lap board comes out for Daniel Kelleher. He leads by 0.4 of a second as out of the race. Drama striking for Olin Gali and Leo Nilsson, and the 15 times Brazilian champion is out of this race. And here is how it happened. Well, Olin Gali's off the circuit there, collides into the 43 of Leo Nilsson. The reaction there from Gali afterwards then, seemingly unsure about why, but he was off the circuit there, but we'll have to see what happens from that one. Here, though, Daniel Kelleher in the lead is looking at another race win. He's looking at 3rd in the intermediate classifications now, behind Anagnostiadis and Drummond with 141 points to his name. Across the line, it is Kelleher from Kinmark. Cochet gets into 3rd at the end there. Joel Poccola with a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunately, for, I believe, tramline infringement, will put him down to 4th. Jacob Mikalev from Kostoya, Krutelov from Sky Parker in P8, Stiller 9th, Jesse Phillips 10th, 11.1 seconds off the race leaders at the end.
A good race then for Kelleher. For the drivers who did not finish that one, there we saw Olingani lose his Nassau panel. This is a long weekend, 108 seniors in this field. So one result like that, really going to find yourself on the back foot as we head through the remainder of the heats. And as these drivers try and qualify into those all-important superheats and finals tomorrow. Intermediate classification, still Anagnostiadis and Drummond tied on those 144. Kelleher 141. Kelleher looking very strong after that great qualifying yesterday. remainder of your field then, all drivers in that position from about 22nd to 28th, making up some good places. Makar Sevelev, one of those, 12 places gained